Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from Somerville.
Wait, is it recording?
This is an exciting
Shut up.
episode. You have already been on the recording, so
I don't
we
care.
have you uncensored. Yeah, you look like
Good.
you don't care. We have what an exciting episode today. My guests, we have a couple, and please say your names.
Caroline.
Anand.
And they just moved in together for the
Caroline is white. Anand is Indian, just to be clear.
Oh, well, that'll be interesting as we move forward in this podcast.
I didn't ever use the word white until I started dating Anand, who's Indian.
Okay, well, this is good to know. And why is it such a distinction that you feel needs to be made?
I don't. He does, and he
Well,
always
you
refers
just started
to me
the podcast.
because he refers to me as white all the time, and that's just so weird to me to be referred to as white.
Right, because you've always been...
Just a person.
Okay.
White
And
person.
Anand, why do you call her white?
It's an Indian thing. That's how we distinguish. We're like, oh, they're white people.
Ah.
You know.
So, it almost sounds dismissive.
Yeah, it is, I think.
Not dismissive,
Oh, I know
but
it is.
every minority will have that same designation.
A bit of a
It doesn't
reaction.
matter if you're black, Mexican, Chinese,
Right.
whatever.
That is
like,
a
oh,
white
it's like the
person.
white Americans.
Gotcha.
Kind of
Those
distinction.
people. We're that culture where
It's
it's, okay
really
to be
a
anything
form of-
but a doctor
It's
or
really
an engineer.
a form of reverence, to be honest with you, because it was like always jealous.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
That's actually
But
anything
now
but true.
you are in a relationship with her.
Yes.
Someone,
And just moved in with her to the same apartment. So it would seem that you've come to some sort of...
Yes, we're in agreement. We're both white.
I've never been this nervous this early in one of my own episodes.
Oh, you know, I've never been this nervous signing over that kind of money.
When did you move in together?
2 days ago.
And you've spent how many nights in the same apartment?
2.
But you had your separate places.
Yes.
All
And
right.
Mine in Greenwich Village, his in Jersey City. So you can imagine, literally, we live together. Because who wants to live in Jersey City when you can live in Greenwich
Jersey City,
Village?
although it is up and coming, has very nice restaurants.
It very much is.
Arale is a good one.
Which is also very far from his apartment. He's in the Heights of Jersey City, which is pretty much I don't know how.
It's like
a bus.
it's like the Williamsburg before,
no.
like 10 years before it became.
No, it's actually a helicopter, a taxi, a swim in the river, a couple backflips, a cartwheel, and a dive before you get to the city. From where he lives in Jersey City, there's wonderful places.
Otherwise known as an hour or so.
Now,
Or 4.
And how many nights? I was going to say, there's a path. Isn't there a quick path station that just goes right to Jersey City?
It is quick.
So that would involve 7 cartwheels, 6 backflips, 2 helicopters, and a swim.
Now that you're moving in together, have you kept the place, or are you going to
Yeah,
give it
I
up?
have the place. It's up for sale.
Okay.
163
Just
South
recently.
Street. In case anyone wants to know, it's asking
I
price
think we're
$535,
not-
but we're negotiable.
He's not
right?
aggressive. I think we're not aggressively marketing that property, actually.
We can edit all
Just
this
based
out.
on,
Don't
no,
worry.
I think there's nothing to edit. I'd actually. No.
There's a lot to edit, actually, so far. This has not gone how I pictured. However,
Cut to the chase.
So tell me what it was like to move in together, because you guys literally this week moved
Yes,
into
we
the
did.
same
We're
apartment.
excited about that.
Very excited couple, in love, happy, glowing, not the same color.
Yeah,
What?
and because we were both both were living in separate places, and we were really excited to join our lives together. We spent a lot of time making sure we were organized, getting rid of a lot of stuff, the typical things you do before a move, but sometimes you don't always do before a move. Last time I moved, I didn't pack a thing before 5 p.m. the night before, and that was a big mistake. So we were really prepared for this. And then we weren't. And then we moved, and so Anand's parents were coming to help us with the move.
Okay, his parents came in.
And,
and you knew about...
I knew they were coming, but, to help us with the move, I didn't clarify or ask for details of what that actually meant, because I just assumed, maybe, they said when you assume things, but that would involve, you're helping moving, unpack the boxes, put things in a remotely reasonable place.
How can we help?
What actually happened was that they came, and they set up a couple different Hindu temples around the house, around the apartment. This one bedroom standard apartment, one being in the kitchen counter, which was a
Not a large kitchen counter.
No. This is a standard one bedroom apartment, small kitchen. Before the movers arrived, the shrine. I think a shrine is a more proper word for it. I don't really even know actually what it was. It was a nice gesture of blessing the apartment for us living together, which I thought was very nice. But then there was that expectation that was going to stay there, I think, for the inevitable future, forever.
Okay, so for our listeners, let's back up just a second here. So Hindu temple, so your religion is Hindu, and so it's part of your life.
It's part of my life.
Okay.
And my grandmother gave it to me, so...
Okay,
No.
okay.
The shrine is different from the temple.
That's the shrine.
That's the temple. I'm
Oh, you're
calling
talking
that
about the
temple.
shrine. Oh, the shrine
The
was
shrine.
my mom's thing. That she said that's what you do
That
as
was
an
the first thing that happened.
When you move into a new place as a part of the Hindu tradition, there's an auspicious place that you put usually the kitchen because that's where life happens and food happens and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, so it's an actual move-in tradition thing.
It's a move-in tradition thing, and
understand.
you put down certain raw legumes like beans or whatever, and then you put
Sure.
a copper pot on top of that, and then you put a couple things around that, and then that's kind of like a good luck shrine.
And you
Understood.
know what? That was all fine and well and dandy. And I was on board with that. But then it's I have, 74 boxes in the hallway. It's got, let's
Right.
say the prayer and it's got to go.
Enough
It can't
lagoons.
stay. It can't stay.
Enough lagoons.
We got to go.
Yeah.
Let's pick
So
it
now,
up.
did you know going into the move that this was about?
Absolutely not. I had no heads up. My parents are coming to help us move is all I knew. I didn't know they're coming. They're building a shrine while my dad's in the bedroom building a temple with a 4-foot stand. So not only is there a temple, but his father comes in immediately and is building this 4-foot high stand for the temple to go on. So there's,
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom. That's the focus. And then
Did you know this was happening?
yes, no, whether he knew it was going to happen ahead of time or not, I don't even want to know. Because that would definitely seal the deal of beat it, buddy. Okay? But, so his dad's in there building the stand, we're, not only we have movers here, there's boxes everywhere, it's moving day. I'm geared up for moving day. I got my t-shirt, I'm sweating, I'm my third t-shirt, and
Me too.
yeah. This one, him and his parents are in the bedroom. His dad has now finished the stand 2 hours later. I'm 60 boxes deep on my own. The professional organizer we're paying that he wanted $110 an hour. Me and her have accomplished a lot. The three of them are in the bedroom positioning the temple. They don't like the position of the temple. Anand's like, I peek in, I'm like, and I hear him go, she won't want it, she is in me. She won't want it, as in the temple, in the living room. Blood is boiling. He said, we can't move that thing to the living room because she won't want it. Meanwhile,
Before that conversation, we actually had a conversation. My mom was like, I don't think it's appropriate in the bedroom.
what, because we're living in sin?
You're not
Meanwhile, his
married.
parents...
You're not married.
Yeah.
And let's talk about how much meat Anand eats and how much alcohol he drinks. If we want to talk about living in sin against the Hindu religion. But we're not going to go there. We're going to just keep talking about the I'm unpacking. The organizer we're paying by minute. I'm bleeding cash between the movers. I'm bleeding cash between the movers and the organizer, and they're in the bedroom positioning within a 2-foot area this temple that they built. Okay, his mom's upset. She wants in the living room. Anand knows I don't, so he doesn't know what to do. He's struggling right in that doorway. I see him. I'm like, what's going on? It looks like somebody's been hit by a car or seriously injured, and he doesn't know what to do. Okay, then we resolve. I'm like, I don't care. Okay. Put it wherever you want to put it. I'm not addressing it because I'm not going to address it with him in front of everyone and get in a blowout. I'm not going to get in a blowout.
Well, that's my question. What is your
unwrap.
mindset at
My
this
mindset
point?
is get as many boxes out of this. Just focus. Ignore this. I have a formal education training. I'm going to just focus on what's important and ignore. I have a discipline.
And once they're gone,
unpack the boxes, get as many boxes out as possible, and I'll deal with this later. So then, fast forward, they've agreed on a position of the temple. Now we need to talk about where's Grandma's photo going to go. And the next 4 hours are devoted to moving her between the TV stand, the glass end table, and another tile table. And it's backwards, forward, sideways, diagonal, upside down, you name it. Meanwhile, t-shirt, I know. Now I'm on the 7th t-shirt, sweating bullets, and his mom decides it's time to make afternoon tea. Boils water. The movers can't even breathe. I mean, it was a disaster.
One of the movers.
The mover.
Tea.
I mean, so I'm like, degree. I'm like, see my pits spreading it. I'm like, I can't. Then, finally, at one point, we're just like, she's like, yeah, what can I do? Can you go to CVS, which is directly across the street, involves 15 minutes of directions to go directly across the street. Can you get some bottled waters, 7 bottled waters for the movers, between the movers and whatever. That took, 2 hours. Luckily, part of it
was like 25 minutes.
No, it was a whole thing. And it was too expensive and the whole thing.
Now.
And then, no, I'm still going, Michael.
Okay.
I'll tell you more of what happened. So then we're boiling the water. We're making the tea. And then the expectation is we're all going to sit down and have tea in the middle of the move. No.
I'm not going to.
Meanwhile, the whole day, him and his parents are talking Gujarati to each other, which no one else. We're moving in together. I don't even know what's been going on for the last 8 hours. What? The fact that I'm still sitting here is gonna blow all the viewers' minds.
Listeners. So, if I may,
listeners, I'm glad they're not viewing.
If I may, they're not watching you, but I wish they were, because I got to tell you, I haven't known you that long, but I've never seen a face look like that in my life.
I'm easily excitable.
You're a beautiful woman, and you were not pretty right there.
I appreciate your honesty, Michael.
So, Anand, in fairness, let's give a little bit of airtime to you.
Oh, wait, before we do that, Michael, I just also would like to talk about one more thing. So, in the small window or small pockets of time that there was an opportunity, that there was an attempt by the parents to help, Anand's mom used that to unwrap an item, analyze it herself as if it was, an essay question that her college degree was hanging on, and do you really need this? Or this is...
Oh, asking if...
do you want this? This needs to be thrown away. And if it wasn't to her liking...
Your stuff.
Garbage.
Your stuff.
Yeah. Do I want it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I packed it in a box.
Cook on scratched nonstick pans because of the
so I have
cancer that you could get potentially from it. So
all my pots and pans went in the garbage, and guess what Anand bought on Amazon today? A whole new set for me.
Thanks,
Hold
Bob.
on 1 second. So you actually had pots and pans that they threw out?
Yeah, they were scratched. They weren't nonstick or
But
to her liking.
But how does that go? They're yours. You're moving into your own space.
Michael, it goes at that point when you're on T-shirt number 7. Temples are flying everywhere. The least of my concerns was my frying pan.
You just
throw it away. I will punch it out the window if you want, lady. Beat it. Give me the pan and it's gone.
Okay. So this was intended to be a podcast with a couple. For now, we've definitely gotten Caroline's side.
I did interrupt. I wanted to add that one last point. So Anand's free.
There is no time limit. There's no anything. There's just we're all here. Everything's great. But I did want, in fairness,
and I hope Anand's fair, because if he's not, there's going to be a problem.
Okay, but in the interest of being, let's let him. So you can't chime in unless you really are going to explode. You can't chime in. He's gonna tell us his side of things. I want to hear his version of what happened. And
Much of it was exaggerated.
on her part?
On her part.
Okay.
Much of it was exaggerated.
Okay, so Anand, tell us what happened this week. Tell us what happened.
She said it would be done if I tell the truth, but
No, I've said this is not a game, actually. And I thought we were doing this podcast because he was agreeing to acknowledge what was wrong. And if he's
podcast
not...
is for entertainment.
No. And it's entertaining when you've agreed that things are funny and you're working past them. If you're going to deny what they are, then no. So say whatever you want to say, and we'll go from there. And that'll be part 2 of the podcast of Find Carolyn and Your Boyfriend.
The defense rests.
You are the smartest man I've ever
Because
met.
there isn't one. Who can defend that?
Well,
So
let
if he
me-
tries to, there's just not... I'm not going to entertain that.
If he's going to be, and as he smartly is, he's going to be
I mean, he can try to give his story to a degree, but I just was warning him, if you try to make this into some spectacle of what it's not.
All
My
right.
part is funny because
As
it's
a
real.
man, I have a few questions.
Please ask
A,
me.
you knew your parents were going to come help move.
And I did too. And they were welcome.
Talking to him.
Thank you.
B, she knew your parents were going to come help. C, did you know they were going to start putting in temples?
That requires
Yeah,
a little explanation.
No. Yes or no?
The answer
I'm an
is-
attorney. Yes or no? Did you know?
The answer is yes.
No. You did.
However,
No. You're not however in me.
I was under the impression
What do you...
that the entire move would be done by 1 o'clock. So I invited my parents to come here
You invited
at
them
1
to-
o'clock.
I thought you invited them to unpack the help with the move, not
That was
install
the
temples.
miscommunication. It was.
Okay.
Oh, they thought they were coming here to install temples. I thought they were coming here to help us unpack.
They thought we're a little housewarming and good luck to both of you.
Well,
You're
that was
beautiful.
never conveyed to me.
So, D, you knew they were coming to install temples
I obviously had no
and
idea.
things of that nature. Did you at some point think maybe I should mention that to the woman I'm about to move in with and share my life with?
Well, so that temple right there, we did talk about.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We talked about it.
So
in
my
this-
grandmother
and for
gave
our
it to
listeners, there's a temple in the living room that we're
and
looking.
Anand's exactly right. We
It's
talked
wood
about
carved
that temple.
which
that-
my grandmother gave to me as a gift,
It is-
and I was very close
Yes.
to her. And
I
it was
just-
at my old place,
Yes.
so I
Okay.
brought it
He
here.
is exactly right by saying we talked about that temple, and it was.
The other
It was I want to say
shrine-
it was coming here to be moved in, but we did never discuss the fact that
we
would
had
be
to decide right then and
the
there.
center of our move. I mean, we had 60 million boxes to be unpacked. We never discussed that the moving day revolved around this one temple and positioning it in this new apartment.
It's- It's
no.
not as if we decided that the bedroom would become the living room because the temple was going to be out here. or
No,
anything like
that's
that.
not even the point. I didn't care about where we were paying movers by the hour, a professional organizer. That day was moving day. It was not the day to decide where the temple was going. As him and his mom and dad in the
And
bedroom
you-
are twisting
I
and turning.
underestimated moving day a little bit.
No, you.
That was also
No, this is not.
So,
a problem.
again,
It doesn't have
let's
to do
bring
with
it.
interesting movie
let's-
day. It's like
Let's bring
no.
it back to Anand though for a moment, because I mean, definitely, I would love to. I think most of the guys listening, I think there's 3 of them.
And they're really feeling sorry for him. Like,
And-
what a dope. I mean, this guy's moving in with his supposed woman he wants to marry. And he's got his parents here with their temples and they're like,
The Indians out there know what I'm talking about.
oh really?
So tell us, Anand, what?
I'm fine with the temple. We agreed on it. You can come. I'm happy to have the temple. It can't be the focus of the moving day. We're paying these people by the hour, which Indian people should appreciate. All right?
Indian people
All right, we're paying by the hour.
would be
We'll
like
move the
a
boxes
professional
out,
organizer.
and yeah, exactly. That
You mean
hired.
us?
That's why I made a point of making known to your parents. Anand's the one who's tight with the buck. He hired this chick. And here she is, unpacking, while the 3 of you were in the room turning this temple sideways. That could have happened after these people were gone. Pick a date, any day, but this day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, any day. Come over and spend the night if you want. twisting and turning that thing in any part of this apartment, but not while I'm paying people by the hour to do things around here. Continue, Michael.
So, Anand, you have heard your girlfriend's point of view.
For now, I'm his girlfriend.
That said, what would you do differently?
Yeah, that's a great question, Michael.
That's why I'm...
Not have a girlfriend.
Oh, my goodness. No, but honestly, so you've heard, and it's an interesting question. I don't want to go too deep. We're supposed to be light on this podcast. It's a little late for that on this episode.
It would be nice, if you acknowledge his... Again,
what...
You can find me on Bumble. I'll be re-upping my membership. Coffee meets bagel or whatever the hell it was. I didn't have much luck on that. Something tells me I will now with my new popularity based on this hilarious, what I've gone through in my life.
They're both. Caroline is being very, very funny. She doesn't think she is, but she is. They're the most wonderful couple. I love them dearly, and they're great together. Moving in has clearly been a bit of a speed bump, and that is life and relationships. But I will say, Anand, for your part, how do you feel about everything that just happened? And Caroline, you're not allowed to speak
I'm not going to talk
for the next 3 minutes.
This is his shining moment. It's like the end of March Madness.
It's hard.
This shining moment.
It's hard, especially as a man. Especially as a man, it's very difficult to admit that you're wrong. I think it's probably hard for females also, but especially in a man-woman relationship, you feel like a fake sense of superiority that you feel that, you don't want to admit too much that you're wrong. It's like, I had no idea what was going to go on. I had no clue that this was going to happen, or whatever the case may be. So the learning experience that I've had is that she's right. It was a mistake to have my parents here. The one clarification I think I would probably make is that I don't think my parents set out to do... I don't think they understood exactly what was at stake or what we were supposed to be doing. And frankly, I probably myself didn't anticipate it enough.
Right.
And the moving part is one part. The unpacking part is another part.
I have to interject. This has nothing to do with moving and unpacking, and it has nothing to do with his parents. It has to do with his failure to control the relationship. His parents are very wonderful, nice people. It's Anand's failure to control the relationship that's a problem. And, if my parents... I can't imagine... I tried to put it in perspective for him. Thank God my parents weren't here. Our parents actually have never met. And thank God...
your parents have never met?
No, and thank God that was not the day they met. I cannot imagine. It just wouldn't happen. I wouldn't allow it to happen. My dad busted in here with an altar and a statue of the Pope and some holy water and things just started going up. Out of respect for... Even if I was dating someone else who was Catholic, you don't bust into someone's home and just do whatever you... But I guess you do if your kid's going to let you do that. And that's exactly what Anand let happen. So I don't blame his parents. I blame Anand. And I've said that to him. So that's why I'm happy to say it on this podcast.
All right.
So I hope other people can learn from this, not to make the same mistake.
So that's interesting. Did you know that religion was as important, because it seems like it's important to you? Did you know dating and before you moved in that it was as important to him?
Well, I have to say that I don't think it's necessarily religion in and of itself, because, like I said, even if we were both Catholic, I think it's just setting boundaries with parents and setting boundaries. If I was dating someone else who was Catholic and their father or mother did that, I would be just as upset as I am now. It's not about what it was. It was the fact that that's not their place. This is our new home. This was supposed to, we planned for this. We organized for this. It's supposed to be a celebration of us moving in together, and we're happy to have them help and appreciate the offer, but that's not what happened.
Right.
And it's not their place to bust in here and make their own, whether you're Jewish, Hindu, Muslim, or Catholic. And so the religion itself is irrelevant to me.
I have never felt less funny in my life. This is... And what I love about this most is that we all came out to meet for drinks and have a good time.
And we're still drinking them.
Hey, you just guys moved in together. Let's do a podcast.
Yes.
And boy, this got dark in a hurry.
I think it's informational and educational for people.
Yeah, that is what I'm hoping for. It'll probably never air, but the good news is that we had this moment together. Anand, you haven't had a lot of airtime. So
I can have a lot more funny stuff about what his parents did.
No, I think
Do you
we're
want
good.
that for your podcast?
I think we're good.
Honestly, moving forward, this has taught me a very good lesson, actually.
And what is that?
The lesson is that, when you have a life together with someone else, it's different. You like for me, like for the most part, I've been single and whatever, and like do what I want. There's no one kind of holding me accountable.
Right.
There's no one that's there to like tell you what's right, what's wrong. You're kind of a little bit selfish.
Do your thing.
And you do your
And
thing, and you
New
don't
York
have
City,
to answer to anybody.
Very
And it's
easy in New York.
It's very liberating and nice.
Couple of bucks and
but
big
since
city.
I've known her, it's not something I'm allowed to do anymore. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, he's accountable. He has to be
You have to be accountable to somebody, and I think that's good because for my own personal growth, notwithstanding this past Wednesday or whatever, but for my own personal growth, it has made a huge difference.
Right.
I've learned to confront things rather than just
Okay.
kind of like shy away and be like, you know
Force
what,
to confront.
I don't really have to deal with that issue right now if I don't feel like it.
So you realize I don't let it go like he has.
She doesn't let it go, and it's a good thing. It challenges.
I want to get it.
And I think that's
hash it out. I want to hash it out.
Hash it out and have sessions about it.
And-
Days.
That's an exaggeration. Days.
For days.
Doesn't sound like
I
an
don't wanna-
exaggeration.
I have sessions for days.
We have
but I wanna
sessions and we talk
I
about
want to address
things.
things,
and-
but I don't need to have sessions for days. I do want to tackle things. I want
And
to
so
address things.
always the challenge is always like, it's like on the one hand you want to have a good relationship, on the other hand you feel like I'm a man.
You try to
I
maintain
can
your
do.
own-
I have my own life. Like you don't tell me what to do.
Right. I've
Like,
done
I'm
So
gonna-
that's a very difficult thing because
Sure.
that's the tough part, right? That's the tough
Sure.
part.
I've been a man. I've been my own thing for a while.
I'm
like you don't.
I'm gonna build my temple in the bedroom. I'm gonna position it wherever I want, regardless of how many movers
That's
and
right.
organizers
That's right.
were paying cash by the hour to.
I didn't say it was rational to think that way. I just said that's how people think. So that's how you feel as.
And I get that. As a guy, I totally get that.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
so-
He's like, yeah.
So the experience has definitely taught us,
Well, I gotta say, man, you are honestly my favorite couple, and I know I honestly, notwithstanding what just happened here,
even if this is not going to air, at least you should send this to us.
I know,
you're gonna get
my,
a copy of
my
it.
therapist is going to want to hear.
Yes, this will probably never go anywhere in the world, but you guys need to listen to this and
I
you need to have
actually
sessions.
hope
You have to
that
have
you-
a lot of sessions.
I hope you share it with people. I really do.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our episode. Thank you for coming out and listening. Please like and rate and review us on iTunes. This is Michael Somerville signing off for one of the most torturous episodes we've ever had.
Love you all.
See you later.